Disappointing. On a night like tonight, I can tell you, I can probably count maybe only 5 times I've been disappointed in our team tonight, or this season. Tonight is one, maybe the most. I'll start with that.
Was it the emotion of the night that got to the team?
No, I'm not going to make any excuses for that. That should have been the opposite. So if logic would tell you that it should have helped us and not hurt us.
Find anything from the Seattle game that maybe leaked into this game?
No, because I didn't like our start in Seattle. I didn't like our start today. So those two are the same. But we finished strong in Seattle. So, it wasn't the fact we had to just wipe it clean, because we finished strong with something we could build on. And we didn't all night. You saw it all night. Now, we didn't deserve to be in it, but if we could score the second goal in the power play, maybe you got ourselves a hockey game going into the third. But we missed that opportunity, and they played well and deserved to beat us by the score they did.
Andre said that, for obvious reasons, you want to make sure this doesn't go to 3, 4, 5, etc. Yanks. What does the team need to do to just kind of keep it from going into a rut?
Well, our team competes, and we didn't compete. So I don't think we've won too many games this year where we haven't competed hard. You guys could probably know better than I how many games we just went out there and played and beat teams. I don't think there's been too many of those. We've been really consistent with our work ethic, with our discipline, and tonight just wasn't our night. And over a long season, you usually say that, too many times. We haven't had to say that much this year. So we'll come back against the defending Stanley Cup champions. If that doesn't wake you up and get you ready to play, I don't know what does.
When you singled out that game against San Jose in November as kind of like a little bit of a turning point, is this kind of another maybe little turning point?
Yeah, the game against San Jose, they had 11 shots after 2 periods. So we weren't playing great, but it wasn't like this. So this is a little bit different. And, we need a response. Either way, though, we need a response.
Jim, the offense has been drying up recently. I think you've scored more than 2 in just one of your last 7. Vancouver being the outlier. What are you guys maybe not doing offensively that you don't like, or is this just a natural slump during the season?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, goals can be random, so you look at scoring chances always as the indicator. But I don't know. I don't have a real good answer for you there. I think it's a little too early. Maybe you want to call it a small sample. It's a little too early to say it's a slump or guys are squeezing it or all those kinds of things. So I don't want to go there yet. Tonight we weren't close. We just weren't close tonight.
Put today's game aside, has there been enough chances over the last little while, just not capitalizing, or lack of great chance?
Yeah, well, power play hasn't been great. We haven't had a lot of opportunities. So usually you probably get close to half your opportunities there when you're getting opportunities and you're clicking a little bit. So that's one area. But when we look at expected goals or chances created versus what we're giving up, because the differential is always the most important part of it for us. That hasn't been bad. But we'd like to score a little more. There's some guys that would probably tell you that they're in a bit of a slump. But we don't want to emphasize that too much.
And I know it doesn't mean too much. Like right now, first time this year, Kings scored 3 power play goals in 3 straight games. It's got to be something to build on.
Yeah, 5-on-3. I think that's the second time we've had a 5-on-3 in 44 games. So I would probably think we've spent the least amount of time in the league at 5-on-3. Nice shot by Juice. The key was to follow that up and get the next one on the 5-on-4. That would have been pulled us back into the game, and we weren't able to do that.
Aside from the game tonight, looking at the support you guys have given the people fighting the fires here in Los Angeles, coming home and returning and honoring those heroes on home ice, how much did that mean to you and to your team and your staff?
I don't know how you guys felt. For me, it was really humbling to see the guys out there and gals. It was humbling. I don't know. I just felt that way. I felt a little emotional. I felt like those people have been out there doing some pretty amazing things that we just saw a little bit from a long distance, and we're in our own little bubble doing what we have to do, and it brought it to life for me, pretty personal, and it's just disappointed we couldn't do more with it.
Sam, you got a few shifts between Quinn and one in the third period. Was that bump up more about something you were liking in his game or about getting key to the win
Yeah, I didn't like Q's game. I didn't like where Q was. And I thought Sammy, in his limited time prior to that, was going at least, was one of the probably the few players I thought had some energy, some physicality, some intensity. And so I just wanted to reward him a little bit, yeah.
Was there anything in particular you didn't like about Q's game, or was it just his whole game?
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't single Q out. There was plenty of guys to go along with it. But, yeah, he just like the others, wasn't on his game. So I wanted to bump Sammy up, so where do you put him? It was easy to slide Q to the wing.
Most of Mikey and Gav play up in the lineup, you know, in the past I agree, but this year they're playing more responsibility. And you got on his offside, Anderson's kind of developing into a closer. Do you think that maybe you have a little bit of wear and tear from that extended duty, especially coming off a long road trip?
Well, yeah, that would make sense. That does make sense. The only thing I would say is they've ran through it through 42 or 43, and so all of a sudden at 44, you know, I don't know. But it does, yeah, that's always a concern. It's a heavy workload for both of them. They've done a really good job with it. So, yeah, we'll welcome Drew back, hopefully before too long, and that'll help, you know, ease that load for them.
You know,
That's a fair comment.
With him, you know, at least in the red jersey now and kind of progressing through the, how do you think things are going to slot in a little bit with the top? Where I know you said you were going to ease him back.
Yeah, we're not even. Yeah, we just want to get him whenever that time comes. Get him in for 10 or 12 minutes, and then we'll see where it goes from there. He hasn't played hockey in a long time, so you know we won't be able to figure that out for some time after he's played. You know, he's not jumping right back in. We know that.
It's true. I mean, like, I want to take the over on that bet right now.
Yeah, right. It's a good point. That's fair. You can hold me to it too, and you probably win that one. To be honest with you.